Meet Randy Scott. Randy is celebrating his one-year anniversary as an employee of SOS Richmond. Randy is the field supervisor of the SOS Streets team and shower power programs.
I run a crew that does include showers for the homeless and also street teams, which is where we go out and we do all sorts of things, where we provide trash and we do provide food and we provide donations and needs of the homeless in our community in Richmond area. And I also am involved in the planning of our operation, our daily activities, our future goals, storage. I'm involved in storage, driving, recruiting new people, community engagements. I interact with city council members and the police.
Before Randy joined SOS, he lived on the streets or in prison for much of his adult life.
Well, my everyday life was being homeless and going back and forth to jail, pretty much. My camp was on the creek behind the St. Joseph Cemetery in San Pablo, and I thought I had a real nice place there, but really I didn't. I had a hole in the ground that was always flooding and full of rats, and I thought it was a kingdom. It wasn't. It was not a kingdom. I would ride around and see people and dig in trash cans and hunt for dope and take things apart and make messes. I didn't really have a schedule or a plan other than just to do whatever I wanted to do. Since 1989, I've been doing that lifestyle. I've been, jailbird and recidivism and substance abuse and no work, no positive output.
A chance encounter with a friend led to a connection with SOS.
A friend of mine who I'd been in jail with called me one day, and he was working with SOS, and he called me and said, "Hey, do you want to come out and do some work? It's a few hours, 10 or 12 hours a week, $15 an hour, and it's, just cleaning up trash and stuff." And so I really didn't want to go, but I needed the money, so I went, and that was in May of last year. And this is the first job I've had, and, well, real job since 1993, and it's changed my life.
Randy said that 3 big things happened to him in 2020 that sent his life in a new direction.
My job, the COVID happening and giving me a place to live through the Project Home Key, and also having a parole officer that was fair. And those 3 things were important, but I would say the most important thing was the job, having the job. It's like a perfect storm. If I hadn't had the offer of the job at the same time that I got a place to live, a roof over my head, and those things, if they hadn't coincided, I don't see myself as being where I'm at now. No, I don't think I would have stuck with the job. If I would have had to be homeless and dirty and digging in the trash and without a place to shower regularly and bathe and be on time, I don't think I would have stuck with it.
Randy's financial position has shifted dramatically.
I was on disability and food stamps, and that's where my head was at. I didn't think I could have a job, and I didn't want to mess up my entitlement of my disability by working. Since then, and having this job, I have since disqualified and turned off my claim for disability. I have canceled my GA and food stamps. I am solely paying for myself full-time through my work. I don't accept any entitlements or apply for any anymore from the county or the state. I have over $3,000 in my checking account right now, and I hadn't had a checking account since 1989, and that happened with this job.
But a weekly paycheck was not the only or the most important benefit of Randy's job with SOS Richmond.
It allowed me to feel like I belonged to the public, or I could at least be a part of the public again when I believed before I wasn't going to be a part of the public ever again due to my history. And SOS Daniel Bark met me at where I was at on my level, where my issues were at, and he worked with me where I was at. You know, he didn't demand that I have an education or history of work, experience, those kind of things that normal people would have. And he was willing to work through my personal issues, to work with me, you know, and give me the opportunity to help myself. And the people that are working with us are people just like me, and it gives me an opportunity to, you know, offer them the same thing I got offered. You know, this job, or you know, a direction, a positive direction. Everybody that's on the crew right now, I've had a hand in, or I know them personally, or I've had a hand in hiring them and bringing them to Daniel, and they're all right now. They were here on time today, right now, at my request. They got here ahead of me, and they're doing good work. They're doing good things. They're taking advantage of, you know, the opportunity, and it's hard. It's hard work. It's frustrating sometimes dealing with trash and other people's issues, but that we work with. But we're helping people and we're helping each other, and yes, it's very satisfying. I can talk about Buddy Bennett. I can talk about Sasha Allen. I can talk about Chris Darling. These are just a couple of people that I know and that are working today that I know from my previous life, and they're taking advantage of the opportunities offered to them at the job right now. It's great. You get a good paycheck. You have hours that you can work with. You have, and you're met at your level of growth. Whatever level of growth you're at in your life, you have a chance to be accepted there at that spot and move on. There's a requirement, though. The requirement is you got to take advantage of it. You got to put in 50%. You know, to be met halfway. Because if you don't, you're going to fall off. You're going to fall off, and you're going to lose the opportunity. And every day I thank myself and thank God that I got a chance to have this opportunity.